Ever heard of Thomas the Tank Engine? If you've been around little kids between the ages of 2 and around 7 or so, I'm sure you have. My son adored Thomas so much that he could name every single train, knew what color they were, and what number they had painted on them. I was glad when I heard he was coming to visit me over the summer, but I had a ton of work to do, so I bought him a Thomas DVD. The cover looked innocent enough. Thomas was smiling, and little wooden children were waving their arms out of the windows in his coaches. The DVD was called Thomas and the Children. He was so excited to see the DVD that, right off the bat, he pleaded with me to pop it in the DVD player. I went to work while he watched it. After a few hours, he came into my office, looking pale as a sheet. "Daddy?" His voice seemed weak. "Are you okay?" I said. I touched his head and noticed that his temperature had gone up. Why did Thomas kill the children? My heart sank like a stone, but I soon brushed it off. I'm sure Thomas didn't kill the children. Now you need your rest and some medicine. I gently pushed him towards his room. Come on now. After putting him to bed, I got curious as to what he had seen. I popped in the DVD and began to watch the episode play out. There was no main menu like most DVDs. It just went straight to the episode. It seemed normal enough. Thomas was told to take a group of children to the seaside by the instructions of Sir Topham Hatt. I noticed something odd though. There was no narrator in this episode. The episode then showed Thomas picking up the little wooden children and showed every single one of them climb aboard. Then there was a scene of him zooming down the rails like he always did, and the children were cheering. But then there was trouble, as they say in the show. Bertie the bus was stuck on the railway tracks. This is when the episode got strange. Bertie stared at Thomas in fear, but the little blue wooden train just smiled and sped up. What was even more disheartening was that he started laughing. The children were crying. Little tears could be seen painted on their faces. Thomas crashed into Bertie, causing pieces of both of them to go flying everywhere. Usually by now the narrator would say, and luckily no one was hurt, but there was no reassurance for the kids. The episode then showed the carnage on the inside of the coaches. Wooden limbs were broken off. What looked like actual blood had been splattered everywhere. Heads had been ripped from the bodies of the wooden dolls, and worse yet, the children still had tears upon their faces. Everything went static. After that, I felt myself boiling over with anger. What sicko would create something that messed up for little kids? And I paused to static. Messages started to appear on the screen. Disturbing messages like kill, obey, multiply, and die. I watched the site for over an hour and noticed at least 30 different messages. I threw the accursed thing in the trash. After breaking it in half, I would not expose my child to any more of the trash. Before going to bed myself, I checked it. He was happily asleep and snoring, clutching his teddy bear. I had a nightmare from this. One where the children came into my room, but they were lifelike and as tall as a normal person. Their twisted forms grabbed my limbs and pulled me apart, while I heard that blasted train laughing. Now I have woken up, covered in blood, knife in hand, and I'm afraid to check my son's room.